Welcome back, guys. Today we are talking about community building for disasters. The question is, what if the next disaster struck tomorrow? Would your community be ready? This isn't just about duct tape and bottled water. This is about building unbreakable bonds and shared resources before chaos hits. Because spoiler alert, when the world burns, your solo bug-out bag fantasy dies with it. Here's the ugly truth. Most of you think you were ready because you've got a flashlight, 3 cans of beans, and a copy of The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Newsflash, you're not. You're just a well-fed victim waiting to happen. Traditional emergency shelters, they collapse like wet cardboard. Remember the blackouts, hurricanes, wildfires, or that time the supply chain snapped and suddenly there was no toilet paper? Yeah, society cracked faster than cheap glassware. Storytelling moment. I watched people fight over frozen pizza at Costco like it was the last lifeboat on the Titanic. If that's how fragile we are during mild inconvenience, imagine a real disaster. Forget shelters, you need people, community, tribe, a pack of humans who won't eat you, at least not immediately. Pivot. The world doesn't end with a bang. It ends with your neighbor hoarding toilet paper while you're out of matches. So the only plan that works? Community first, not bunker first. The bug-out bag fantasy is cute. I'll just grab my tactical backpack, walk into the woods, and survive like Bear Grylls. No, you won't. You'll die of dysentery faster than an Oregon Trail player. Real preparedness isn't about gear, it's about people. Who do you know? What do they bring to the table? Does your neighbor know how to fix an engine? Gold. Does old Mrs. Rodriguez bake bread that tastes like heaven? Boom, she's food security. Does Kevin own chickens? Congratulations, you've got eggs during the apocalypse. Write this down. Skills, tools, resources, weird talents. Yes, even the neighbor who knows how to juggle fire. Suddenly there's morale boosting entertainment in the dark times. Preparedness isn't stuff, it's a network. It's skills. It's knowing that when things fall apart, you're not a lone wolf. You're part of a wolf pack that actually functions. Now here is where it gets awkward. You've got to actually talk to your neighbors. I know, horrifying. Most of us barely wave at them, let alone ask, hey, if the world collapses, do you know how to build a latrine? Step 1, identify allies. Find the people who aren't psychos but aren't dead weight either. Step 2, build small trust bridges. Throw a block party. Organize a Skillshare workshop. Nothing says community bonding like learning to make fire starters out of dryer lint while drinking beer. Step 3, create micro groups. These aren't cults, okay? Think of them as neighborhood squads, like Avengers, but with fewer superpowers and way more duct tape. Examples, during small disasters, little clusters of neighbors who already knew each other were the ones who didn't panic. They shared food, water, info. Meanwhile, isolated preppers were sitting in their bunkers losing their minds. Every community needs a playbook, not a 1,000-page FEMA manual. A simple, idiot-proof survival plan. Communication tree. Who calls who when the grid dies? No, WhatsApp doesn't count. Have an old-school phone tree or walkie-talkies. Bonus, you finally get to say breaker breaker without sounding insane. Meeting points. Pick 2. 1 close, local park, church, school. 1 far, outside town, high ground. Drill it into everyone's skull. Aid stations, pick houses or garages that can act as resource-sharing hubs. A place for water, food swaps, or treating injuries. Yes, Karen's garage with all the wine bottles counts. Liquor is basically medicine in a pinch. Write it all down. Make it simple enough that even that one neighbor who never gets the Wi-Fi password can understand. Okay, so you built a disaster squad. How do you keep it alive? Answer, don't make it weird, keep it casual. Have regular hangouts, check in monthly, run mock drills. Yes, it's dorky, but trust me, you'd rather look nerdy now than dead later. Integrate into normal life. Potlucks, perfect. Community garden, even better. Book club, sure, as long as one of the books is Where There's No Doctor. Because here's the kicker, resilience isn't just about disasters. A tight community makes daily life better too. You're safer, happier, more connected, apocalypse or not. So here's your choice. You can keep believing in your lone wolf prepper fantasy until the first storm takes out power and you re-crying into your ramen noodles. Or you can do the scary revolutionary thing. Knock on your neighbor's door and say, hey, let's survive together. Because when the storm comes, and it will, the strongest survival tool isn't your gear, your stash, or your bunker. It's your people. Build your tribe now or die a well-stocked, lonely death. Smash that subscribe button before the grid goes down. And remember, survival isn't solo, it's social.